are listening to Where I Come From, produced by Coastal Youth Media. We have explored where we are from by telling our own stories, exploring our communities, listening to folks, and trying to see Columbus County from a new perspective. In this episode, Whitley Dockery shares her Where I Come From story.
I have like 200 trees to the left of my house, and my parents went out and planted each tree individually. Now those trees are like wooded and they're so close you can't get in between. It was really, really hard to get in between them, but they're hard and splintery. There was another tree that my great grandma had at her house that my dad took and put here at his house, but it was cut down a few years ago in the hurricane. Whenever I turn out my driveway, there's corn sections on both sides of my house. Out in the country. I live in the country. I'm more of a country girl than in the city. I didn't really grow up on the farm, but like I've heard like so many good stories about it. So I know that it played an important role in my history and like why my parents live here and stuff like that. My family has a history of gardening before they had kids. So like my parents and my mom and dad gardened a lot before they had me and my brother. But this year they wanted to start up something new, like with just me and him, or me and my brother and my mom. Some other family tradition to kind of start. Squash, some watermelon, some tomatoes, and like my dad likes fried squash, so he cooked fried squash. But like stringing the tomatoes and doing stuff like that. There was an abundant amount of squash, okra. I don't like okra though, so I didn't eat any, but they said it was good. Planted some green beans in there. They were like really close, really close. The carrots didn't come up. You can smell it all over the house. Like you know whenever somebody's about to like cook something. I mean, it smells good to me. It's something I've grew up with, so I've become accustomed to it. Hurricane Florence. Oh, that was like, I think that was the one where the power went out for like 5 days. That one was very traumatic here. My parents had stocked up on a lot of food, so we were kind of good to go with food. But it was just having patience and really with that one that really hurt us, because we were so used to like getting the power on the next day or not really having to spend a lot of time on the without power. I just say it really taught me how to be patient. So there was only like 6 black students out of my whole entire class. So it's been very different. Like it's not like for example, I was in elementary school, so like they couldn't like braid my hair or do stuff like that they normally do with each other because of the texture of my hair and how different it was. I wouldn't say the racial tensions are as bad, but there is some here that you specifically know about. My grandma has a piano in her house, and she like made all of her kids take piano. Like my dad wanted me to do it because he did it. I really think he inspired me to like actually get in it and learn the hymn book and like learn church music, what I'm working on now. And so that plays a huge part into where I come from, because playing piano is very special for me, because I know it's something that like I can do and I can express my feelings through playing. If I'm in a good mood, I play like happy songs or something that describes what I'm going through and what I'm feeling. Whereas if I'm angry, I play more fast-speeded and loud songs to describe my emotions. So like I play what I feel at the moment. And so I feel like that's really my place to just come and focus in on me.
Where I come from, the tall trees are green. I spend lots of time playing on ivory keys. The smell of hot grease permeates the room when my father cooks dinner late in the afternoon. The sound of the owl is present at night, like thunder is screaming, loud in the sky. The sweet smell of family is always here, like a mother's kindness being near. Just like my generational history goes back for years. My brother lights up the room with his love for political views. My parents are always there when things go wrong, even when the day may seem long. We put our faith in God when no one seems to care. We know that He is with us, although we may be in despair. He pushes me to achieve my goals, especially within my passion for Whiteville as a whole.
I know that I'm the first of a lot, so I know I have to kind of stand out and go ahead and take a step out, even though I might get judged for it.
Where I Come From is a project of Coastal Youth Media in collaboration with Community CPR in Whiteville, North Carolina. This project is funded in part by a grant from South Arts in partnership with the National Endowment for the Arts and the North Carolina Arts Council, with additional funding from North Carolina Local News Lab Fund.